Now, hello everyone. I was on Gmail for a second. What's going on, everyone? Welcome. We are live with another Sunday night here on the Exploding Dice channel. That music is very loud in my ears. You're gonna have to tell me if it's... Hello everyone. I am on...
I can hear you.
Yeah, I was like, I can hear me too. Who is that? And why is it so loud? Sorry, I had Twitch open for a second and I didn't realize it. Desktop audio. There we go. All right. A lot of stuff going on today. Okay. So before we dive into things, we're gonna be a little hectic here in the beginning, but let's start things off as usual with some quick announcements before we dive into character introductions. Announcement number one. I don't actually know if there's going to be a Fuzzy Dice this week. I have a family commitment that may happen, and that's why I didn't book a guest. So if it does end up happening, we're just going to have kind of a chill hangout. Maybe we'll do some session prep instead. We'll see what's happening. So keep your eyes on Twitter for information on Fuzzy Dice this Tuesday. Iron Gods is back on Thursday. I'm looking forward to that. And big announcement. We've been talking about this in amongst ourselves for a little while, but I will finally tell you guys. Coming this December, we are going to be this one, the one that you're watching right now, is going to be on the front page of Twitch. We're going to be yeah, I know, it's ridiculous. We have been inducted into the Twitch community spotlight for role-playing games. They're trying to push the whole kind of tabletop community to the wider Twitch world. And they've done it for a couple other shows that I know, a couple other friends of mine, but we're going to be on this round. That's going to be in December. You'll get all kinds of details as it approaches, but definitely look forward to it. I hope I've got some great stuff planned for that particular show, so you definitely want to be here for all of that. I think that's all that I have outright for announcements. If anything comes up, I will hit them at the end of the show. So why don't we dive in and say hello to our players. We'll start with the man on the first spot on the list, who apparently resents that fact, but I'm never going to change it.
I don't resent it.
I'm never going to change it. It's never, it's always going to be that way.
I don't resent it. It just seems like some variety might be nice.
No, you don't understand. It's all about routine.
Clearly I don't understand.
How's it going, Trendane?
It's going okay. How's it going with you?
Oh, you know.
No, I don't. That's why I asked.
Oh, well, I'm getting drunk and getting ready to play some D&D. What about you?
Awesome. I am reading Volo's Guide to Monsters.
Oh,
Specifically the part about beholders and all the different kinds of beholders that there are. It's a very cool book, and it's got this weird rubberized cover that feels very weird.
Does it have the Eye of the Deep in there?
It may.
It's my favorite type of beholder.
It may. Actually, that may have been on the previous page. So while I'm flipping to that page again, for those of you who are wondering who the hell I am, my name is Trent Sparks. I am a professional voice actor, and I am playing a character, a human fighter, by the name of Balin Koth. Who is that the Eye of the Deep?
Close enough.
Okay. He probably goes or something along those lines. Anyway, Balin Koth, human fighter who...
And the cow goes moo.
And the cow goes moo. Now that he is level 3, he has decided to take on the martial archetype of champion, which means he now crits on a 19 or a 20. And Adam.
He's just not prepared at all.
Such a nice segue.
I know.
Take them out.
It's almost like we do this every week.
I know.
Do we?
Sort of.
I'm Adam, project manager by day, fearless bear druid by night. I guess bear druid is not really a thing. I'm just a druid who's most comfortable when he's barely there. I'm sorry. That was awful. That was really bad. Yeah, I'm excited.
Oh no! Oh.
What happened?
Oh, I just immediately wanted to know what's your sign. Sorry.
My sign?
No, like bear.
Oh,
Never mind.
that's terrible.
I know. That's why I reacted.
That is mine. I'm excited to continue. Now that we're like level 3, I can do more things. I think I'm supposed to be able to do more things. I'm not quite sure.
You gain access to level 2 spells.
That's how leveling works. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's do that.
And we are absent a Chris and an Ashley today. Both of them are dead, and we are still in mourning. So we're playing in their honor. But we do have a Josh, though he has Sans camera. I promise he's not Sans life.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not dead. I came back to life. My camera is not agreeing with me. I apologize for that. And I was getting too mad trying to fix it, so I just said screw it. I will have a new one by next show. Anyways, yeah, I'm playing as Zach Nafine, aka Zach. I'm the most handsome one here. I break doors, mostly wooden ones. Although the last few episodes I've been pretty shitty at that, so I'm not really sure what I do anymore. I'm still working on being a good guy, but luckily my friends are here to help me on that journey.
Awesome.
And that's pretty much all I got for now.
So let's get a little bit of recap done. If you remember, last week the party had just finished. They had just gotten into a fight at the on the observatory of Hunclay's Manor. What's up?
Oh, I was just saying it was a little fight.
Oh, I thought you were saying something else, like something insulting.
No.
No, you guys had gotten into a fight with another strange-looking creature in the observatory of Hunclay's Manor, next to his giant telescope and all his stargazing stuff. After what?
I think he just remembered.
Oh, okay. You guys had finished your exploration of the manor, cataloging everything you needed to catalog, so you could then return that to the mayor, so she could either sell it off or give it to his next of kin. And so the only thing that was left for you was to see if you could possibly find the cave that this shadow creature that you had found in his basement had spoken of, as she had mentioned that there was a cave where Hunkley had bragged that he stored his valuables as well as some sort of dust that would allow you to break the light barrier that kept her in. The cave was not near the house at all. It was actually almost 2 miles away. Hard trek through forest, following rivers, and navigating through open terrain, but eventually you followed a stream into the hills and you found Hunclay's cave. And inside you found something that you did not expect, as there was some sort of large nightmarish creature, a giant crab-like thing with eyes covering its body and these bulbous purple growths on its back. It's kind of lashing What? Yeah.
Remember that part?
Its lashing lamprey-like mouth, attacking with ferocity. It was a brutal fight, but you did manage to bring this creature down, and in doing so, got access to Hunclay's hidden treasure, some of which appears to have been looted, mostly cash, it looks like, but there was a stock of books, magical tomes of his that you had found, some of them more interesting than others, as well as the dust. When the tomes, or the most interesting one among them, you found to be filled with all kinds of strange drawings, weird scribblings in unreadable runes, and all kinds of star charts and other very strange scribbles. Not being able to make sense of it, you went back and you freed this shadow creature by destroying the light barrier. And as we return to the game, you have just destroyed the light barrier that kept this creature in and opened the cell door. And before you formed this very kind of out of the darkness itself, a very shapely female figure, almost composed of black inky smoke, the smoke itself seeming to kind of trail off her head and extremities. Her face blank save for a kind of white porcelain mask that seems to cover it. And as you are standing there in the dungeon talking, like looking at her, she addressed you and she said that, well, first of all, that you have her things, her effects. So that is where we're gonna pick things up. Let's move you guys over and jump right into it. Where is the wizard dungeon? I don't know.
Her effects, like that stuff we picked up on the table the last time that I played?
Seems to be.
All right. She can fight me for it.
Well, I think it was Xantor said that she could have her armor, but not her weapon.
Oh.
All right. You guys are right here, and this is the creature that is standing before you.
Shade.
Oh, can you do that again? I accidentally knocked it down. I was clicking around.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Holy crap, that looks awesome.
All right. And so let me just change my music up while you guys get prepared. Let's
You have music?
I have music.
Where's that from?
Oh, yeah, no, that I'm glad you asked. This music No, I did tweet it out earlier. For those of you who don't know, you will be hearing quite a variety of sounds, sound effects, music, and atmospheric things going on that hopefully enhance your enjoyment of this game. And all of these things are provided for you by our wonderful friends at Sirenscape. They are great friends of the show. They support us amazingly, and they make our game that much better.
Even though they're not here right now because they hate us?
No. Ben and I had a falling out, and yeah, we don't talk anymore.
Well, maybe I can help stitch.
Don't worry, I'm still here.
All right. So as I turn this music on, she's kind of looking over. She's looking over at you. She says, if you recall, she before that she had told you that she had no way of getting back to her home plane. That she was rather trapped here, brought against her will. And she did promise to reward you with information mostly, but she did say she knows of other things that, you know, other trinkets and things that she may be able to help you acquire. So she kind of looks over you. She says, "So, who among you speaks for the lot?"
The big guy.
I do.
Oh, okay, that's what I meant.
Considering that I've already been like working with her before, I think I should probably continue the conversation.
I would agree with that. I mean,
Right.
I wasn't here.
You right.
I mean,
You
that
right.
you guys did this.
You right.
So I'm gonna, like, as I said before, as I said a little while earlier, you're welcome to have the armor, but I think you would benefit from using the sword and the short sword. Is that okay with you?
Are you actually like? Are you presenting her with her armor? Because you did. Or
Yeah. We presented her with the armor.
Okay. She will sort of, her form will discorporate. It'll kind of evaporate into a black cloud of smoke as you're sort of holding this leather armor out, and then the with like a kind of almost as if carried on a gust of wind, the smoke will sort of pass along the ground and actually fill up into the armor, and as as it sort of coalesces, she's just standing there, just kind of adjusting the the pieces of armor. She says, I thank you for not depriving me of my possessions. You are welcome to my weapons, though it will leave me quite defenseless.
Well, you won't be defenseless if you stay with us. I think you should, since you have no way to return back to your home, you should probably travel with us until we figure out that. And in the meantime, you can provide us information and guidance. This tome, you said you can't take it with you to hide, but maybe you can tell us more about it?
Are you actually showing it to her?
I am. Yes, I'm showing her the tome. Well, because I had shown her the tome originally, and she said she had no form in which to take it. That was the first thing I had done when we first opened the cave.
Yeah, because he asked her to take it back to the Shadow Realm with her.
Yeah, because it was much too dangerous in this realm.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I thought you may have just been addressing it in abstractly. Okay, so you're holding this book out, and she kind of reaches out to touch it, saying, I have never seen such a thing, but... And then she'll kind of like, with a wave of her hand, like kind of some of the pages open as if, a sudden breeze. You kind of see her lean in a bit. She says, but this language is familiar to me.
What language is it?
I believe in your tongue. It is called Aklo, the tongue of the Shadow Realm.
Oh. Okay. Is there... What do you think Conclave was trying to... Actually, the man who imprisoned you here, what information was he trying to get from you?
1 second, I have to open something. While I stall for time.
Open your mind, great Centurion.
Different.
Lycon will join us in 30 to 45 minutes.
Okay, that's awesome.
About the time I have to leave.
Trading players.
We get a little bit of overlap.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so she looks up at you with that kind of porcelain mask. She says, when I was summoned, he wished to ask me questions about the Dark Tapestry, believing I had such answers.
What questions did he ask you, and what were you able to tell him?
Give me 1 second. She kind of like leans back. She says, he believed that there was a connection between my home, the plane of shadow, and the Dark Tapestry. But there is not. None that I know.
Since you have no way to return home, do you wish to continue and fight with and travel with us until we can find a way to get you home?
She says, I have no way in this world, and its people are strange to me.
We could teach you, and we could help you with your way on this world.
Very well. I will accompany you if it will keep me safe but I am much injured from my time in this prison.
I'm gonna take the sword, the +1 sword that I found on the table, not the short sword because Lycon has it. I'm gonna give it back to her and I'll be like, "You'll probably need this to defend yourself."
So you're giving her sword?
Yes.
She'll reach out and take it, kind of bowing her head. She says, "I am grateful for your kindness."
How do you heal yourself, or how do you repair your injuries?
I am weak, drained by the light. I require restoration. Wow, hold on, this is a little bit loud. Alright. She says, the injuries are not physical. They are deeper.
Are you able to change your form? Maybe make yourself smaller while we travel, if you were to travel in one of our packs? That way you could rest and restore your essence. And I hold open a bag and show like how it's kind of dark inside my bag.
She give me one sec. She says, I can take the form of a cloud of shadow, but it is not perfect.
It's not what?
Perfect. I am best hidden in darkness.
I'll turn and I'll look to the group and I'll be like, what do you guys think? Should we bring her with us?
I don't necessarily know that she's evil, so I guess I'll be fine with it as long as she's not gonna mess with it.
You have ways of checking that.
That's kind of true, I think. She said she's from the shadow plane, right? I mean,
yeah. I
can check for like celestials, fiends, and undeads, but I can't necessarily know if they're good or not, or can I? Or do I have? I mean, not that I know of.
By the way, did you do your level up to 3rd level?
Okay, I didn't know that happened.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you did mention that. Okay. Do I have something? And
I believe there's a. Let me check. I believe there's a detect spell. Hold on.
Yeah, sorry. I probably should have caught that up.
Detect good and evil is a level 1 paladin spell.
Okay, and am I able to have another level 1 spell, or am I just able to use that whenever?
You should be able to. Otherwise, if you don't have a magical spell that can do it, you can just. That's what insight checks are for.
You can have 3 first level spells at this point.
You can also have an aced 236. Thank you for following us, and welcome to the madness, my friend. Let's get some ED love in the chat. Thank you, my friend. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, you do have again. You can.
Okay,
you can
just
attempt
typed
it.
in
Otherwise,
detect evil and good, so I could look at it real quick.
Yeah. Otherwise, insight checks.
You know if there's an aberration celestial, and I will know. Okay, but again, it just says that I can detect if a celestial, elemental, or something is there.
Yeah.
It just doesn't. It doesn't necessarily say if I know whether it is evil or good.
Well,
I mean, I guess maybe.
So
that's,
here,
that's
let me hold on. So for the duration, you know if there is an aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead within 30 feet, as well as where the creature is located. Similarly, you know. I'm gonna say that because it's detect good and evil, like it doesn't just show both good and evil. Like it'll show both in different way, like in a different color. Let's say.
Okay.
Like
sure,
so you can tell the difference. You know.
Yeah, I can work. Okay. So yeah, just okay. So I'll do that real quick because I've been wondering this whole time. I was gonna do the divine sense thing, but I was thinking it's not really gonna tell me whether or not it's good or not. But okay,
Okay.
so I'd like to cast that really quick.
All right. So your eyes kind of like as you're talking, you turn to her and your eyes pulse with this holy light as you reach out your hand, and there is just like a radiating pulse of sort of holy sonar as you detect. Looking at her, you know generally what you'd expect, like evil things kind of glow with this kind of purplish black smoke. Good things will probably be lit up, you know, with kind of radiance. She appears to be neither.
Okay, so maybe neutral. I suppose then something like that.
It's your conclusion to draw.
Okay, yeah. I mean, if she's not like very outwardly evil, then yeah. I mean, I'm fine with her coming along with us. That's okay. I think if she had a sinister evil plot, then she would probably be very clearly so. So I'm fine with it. I'm cool.
Okay. She says, I will assist you on your quest, as I can, but I would prefer not. Sorry, this music is very loud in my ear. She says, I would prefer not to interact with the people of your town, if I can.
Of course, we
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, of course, we'll let you stay outside of town anytime we travel in town. It'll probably raise questions if we bring someone of your stature into town.
If we have no choice.
What?
She says,
Forgot which character I'm playing there for a second. What if we have no choice?
in extreme circumstances, I can disguise myself with evocations, but they are not strong. They do not last for a long time.
That works for me.
It worked for me.
I got this. It works for me as well.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You've gotten so good at that.
No, I'm used to doing Russian like the Russian gypsy accent.
Is that if we run into a situation where we have to have you with us in a town, or there is no way for you to disguise yourself while we are interacting with others, it might do well for you to seem to be in some way ensorcelled or bound to us. Not that you would actually be our slave, but at least a minor deception to that end, so that others will think that you belong to us.
I will do what I can.
Then I have no problem with it. Damn it!
Who the hell's this guy?
I don't know!
What's going on?
Listen, I think we should take this lady back to town with us.
Who is this
Alright.
guy?
So, do you guys have any other questions? Did you want to ask her anything more about the book while you're here, or did you want to escort her out of the manor?
Is there a way for us to spend time with her, not for the sake of asking questions, but her just educating us on like the book, like what it's about and
Yeah.
everything?
How much time do you want to spend?
I would like to sit down and I would spend. I don't want to like detract from like the story, but I'd want to sit down and spend like half a day just learning.
Well, in
Okay.
line with that, what time of day is it right now?
You remember you rested in the manor, then you went out first thing in the morning to visit the cave, and then you came right back. So we'll say it's probably took you about 2 hours to get to the cave, probably about an hour to explore it and fight in there. probably about 2 hours back. So it's a little afternoon at this point.
All right. I would imagine that probably going outside during the daytime is not especially comfortable for you. So perhaps it would behoove us to wait here until night, and you can talk to her all you want.
If that's what you guys want to do, you're welcome to it.
I would like to do that.
Okay.
If you guys want to head back, I'll volunteer to stay.
All right. So you guys, do you guys all want to stay here until night and get some rest after your encounter, or do some of you want to go back to town?
I would like to go back and turn over the catalog, the manifest of what's in the thing to the mayor, check in with her, and check on the kobold.
Okay. All right. So, who's going with who? Who's staying? Who's going?
The party can go. I'll stay here with her.
I assume Lycon will probably not turn down a chance to, get a drink at the tavern, so he will probably go with Balin.
Didn't he steal enough bottles of wine that he should be able to?
All
Yeah,
right.
but those were his bottles. Someone else's bottles are always a plus.
What about you, Zach? Do you want to go back to town? Or are you staying?
No, I'll go. I don't know. Whichever. Who wants me to stay? Who wants me to go? You guys tell me.
I think perhaps it might be best that you stay.
Okay, I'll stay.
All right.
That's me.
So you guys kind of set up shop here in this prison room, getting ready to spend some time talking about this book and asking your questions. However, Balin, Lycon, and Kismet are making their way back to town to deliver the report from the job you guys did. So as they're traveling, I guess we'll just I'll just have you, Xantor, just give me a list of the questions that you'd like her to answer, if possible.
Can you link me? Do you have an image or a link of that book or notes of anything from the book?
What do you mean? Like a picture of what it looks like?
A picture of what it looks like, or any notes or anything, things that stand out? Because you've described it, and that's just me going off memory.
Hold on. I may have a picture.
For some reason, this reminds me of the Matrix. Tank, I need a structural diagram of this building.
This'll do. So we will put this on screen because why not? Save there. Nope. Not what I wanted to do. We're uploading a file. So this is roughly what the book looks like. Hold on. I forgot we're on a dynamic lighting layer. Where are we here? We'll go here. Put that right there.
Lovely.
And then we'll put Mafe also on this. Is she under Shay? What's she under? I don't know what Mafe's token is under, so I'm just gonna have to copy it from here. So you can see the book, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. That's, as for what, what's in it, there's lots of stuff. I mean, all of the pages kind of blend together since you don't really understand much of what's going on among them. It's they all kind of blend together. But if you have any specific questions you'd like to ask about, because bear in mind you're asking her to translate the contents of this book, and obviously it's too thick for her to translate the entire thing. So it'd be more like you're asking her if there's something mentioned in it or something, and she's just kind of flipping through to see if she finds it in there. Because she doesn't seem to have handled this book or read it before. Yes, no? Anything?
I'm thinking.
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking of how to ask my questions.
What's going on, Oniui? How's it going, man? While he is thinking, I will remind you guys that if you are enjoying the show and you're looking for ways to interact with us and to support, there is a big old donation banner down at the bottom. You can give our players advantage or disadvantage if you'd like. There are also more advanced ways that you can help them divine what may be in store in their future. Griff, it's just emote. It's not exclamation point emotes. Also, Patreon, ongoing way to support the show. And right out of the bat, Bird vs. Plane donates $15. He says, hit that goal. And Xantor with a Harrow card. Cheers, folks. Thank you so much, Carl. For those of you who don't know, one of our Patreon supporters and a great friend. Also another, a fellow D&D podcaster. He has the podcast Six Side Diaries, which I encourage you all to shout out. Oh, you can donate, he says. All right, so this is going to be the first time we've done it. What I want you to do, let me get my deck here. Choose. Xantor. We are hearkening back, as this is happening, you're kind of, you're sitting down and you're kind of making camp. You recall way back when, you had a conversation with the town's local fortune teller, whose name literally just slipped my mind, and I feel like an idiot. I'm horrible with names. Oh God, don't tell me. What? Koya, that's it. Oh God, why did that slip my name? You had a conversation with Koya where she read your Harrow cards, and it was a little bit of a strange experience for you. And if you recall, she actually gave you a card. You had drawn it from the deck. Yes. You kind of are pawing this in your pocket as you're pondering all of the events that are going on around you and sort of where things have been taking you. So go ahead and roll me. I forget exactly how many cards are in this deck. Let me check that.
Well, it's a deck of many things.
roll me a D54, please.
Jesus.
Probably the instruction card would throw that away.
Oh, not a 32.
Okay. Sorry. Alright, so this is their 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24.
I don't have that many hit points. Don't kill me.
28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Okay.
Extra hit points.
So you kind of pull this card out. Do you remember what the card was when you first drew it?
Yeah, it's the Forge card. The Forge Tarot.
You flip the card over in your hand, and it seems to have changed.
Oh, what the fuck? Is that what it is now?
Yeah.
Dude, that looks terrifying, man.
That's
That's like probably the most terrifying card I've ever seen.
Give me 1 second.
Maybe it's gonna be terrifyingly good though.
The mute hag. You would think,
yeah, because the mute.
maybe take that eyeball out of her mouth. Maybe she could talk.
You make a fair point.
But she probably has like really bad halitosis.
Well, vitreous humor inside the eyeball may taste like cake icing, but it is not a good breath mint make.
So you there's only like you don't know much about Harrow, and this is certainly something you will possibly need to have divined by someone more skilled in the reading than you. But in your reading, you remember that the hag is not a card that portends good things. It's particularly the hag itself speaks of poisons, of secrets and pacts, and other kind of traitorous dealings. And for a moment, you feel as if somewhere, somehow, far away, this may be a bit of a warning.
Somewhere out there beneath the pale moonlight. Right, that would be the cops coming to arrest me for bad puns.
Okay. It's a warning.
You know, you're pretty sure, but you won't know exactly what it means until you ask a fortune teller.
Okay. I'll put the I'll eye the card. I'll kind of look at the book, and then I'll look at our shade friend. I'll hide the card back in my satchel. And then looking around, I'll look at Zachnafine, and I'll look at the shade, and I'll be like, it's actually best if I don't know more about this book or what Hanclay was doing with it. I think it'll actually have me come to ruins. We should probably go meet up with the others in town.
You're the boss.
And I'll look at can you? I'm gonna look at Zachnafine, and I'm gonna kind of. Can you do something for me? I'm gonna. Do I have any? Hold on, I need to look in my bag if I have this. And actually, never mind. He's not a cleric. He can't do it. Never mind.
Hey, don't tell me what I can't do.
I'm so sorry. All
I've
right.
been watching a lot of Lost. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say, okay, Locke.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to thank amazing Andy PJs for following. Welcome to the madness, my friend. Thank you for joining us. Let's get some ED love in the chat. Show some love for our new friends. And thank you for hanging out with us. Yes, that is what it means. Daisulu only wants to keep you limp.
Half mast. Half mast.
All right.
That's what you're...
So you've kind of decided that that Xantor is a little bit shaken by this and doesn't really want to play ball anymore. All right.
Yeah.
So we'll say that you guys kind of pack up shop and quickly make your way out of the manor. Probably quick enough that you could actually catch up with the rest of the group before they get to town. Because you didn't actually stay there to sort of answer or to ask any questions, so we'll say that you guys can kind of catch up with each other on the road. As you're making your way back into town, let me turn this down a little bit. As you're making your way back into town, you guys see that the what is that? I hear myself.
Sorry, I was checking to see what the volume was.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was.
We're gonna turn it down again. I was like, how loud is it?
No, I was turning something down. Don't worry about it. I got this. You actually see that there is that the town itself seems to be somewhat alive, like in a way that you haven't seen in quite a few days. you can see right out front there are, as you're approaching the front gate, there are guards out front, and they're wearing actual armor. It's not like full plate, but they have, they have shoulder bits, they have chainmail shirts, and they have red tabards that go down the front of it. There are 2 of them standing out in front of the gate, and there are 2 standing on the wall above. You can actually see the gates are wide open, and while the guards are actually checking people as they come in, there does seem to be a traffic that is moving into Sandpoint.
I believe perhaps the sheriff has returned.
Oh, good. What we want. This is where we'll look at what's our shade friend? What's her name?
Her name is Mafe.
We'll look at Mafe and be like, it's probably best if you wait out here and find darkness and heal yourself up if you can.
Well,
I don't think
if you guys didn't stay to watch or to ask questions, then it's still midday.
Yeah, it is. She kind of she doesn't look like the sunlight is gonna kill her. Your guess is it was probably more being exposed to pure direct intense light that was the light wall, which is much the light wall was sort of like if the sun was right in front of your face kind of thing. She's as long as she sticks to the shadows, she seems to be relatively fine in out during the day. She nods, she says, I will find a place to recuperate.
Keep yourself safe. Is there a way that we can call you to our aid, or anything we can do to help you?
If you wish to find me, I will remain outside these walls. Simply call my name. If I am nearby, I will come. If you need to call me, I'm sure you will find a way to make enough noise.
That sounds good. All right. And do you need anything else? I can heal you, but in the more natural sense. I don't know if that's what you need.
She says, I know little of magic, but if you know anyone who can provide magical restoration, that may be enough to alleviate the exhaustion.
So like me, I guess.
I don't know. Do you have the restoration spell?
I mean, my stuff is divine. So is that
restoration? Work? Restoration is a spell. It's a specific spell that reverses ability damage.
Oh, okay. My bad. So no.
You may be able to cast it. You may just not know it right. You may have not prepared it, which is fine. It's not not the end of the world right now.
We'll see if we can find someone who can help you.
She nods as she kind of steps backwards into the copse of trees and sort of disappears into the shadows.
Need to vanish. All right, Balin.
Oh wow, I do have lesser restoration. Huh. Okay. Well.
Go with the sanatorium. Keep prepared.
So what do you guys want to do?
We're gonna go find the mayor.
All right. You make your way in through the gates. The two guards, the guards seem to be checking wagons and stuff. They don't seem totally they don't stop you guys or anything, but one of them does kind of give you a curt kind of nod as you make your way in. And you see inside Sandpoint itself is a view slightly different from what you've been used to seeing the last few days. There are more of these patrolling guardsmen that are kind of all over the place. They're walking around town. They're sorry, I'm just grabbing all the tokens together. they're walking 2 by 2 down the streets. Some of them are stationed in front of the cathedral. It looks all told, you're not sure exactly how many are in the city, but you're pretty sure, assuming they're all unique, you pass about 20 on the streets as you make your way into the town square. Do you want to stop anywhere? Do you want to visit anyone, or do you want to continue straight to the mayor?
I want to stop one of the guards and ask him what's with the increased guard patrols.
He kind of gives you a raised eyebrow under his helmet. He says, "We were requisitioned from Magnamar."
So, okay, cool. I'm gonna look at Balin and be like, "Our friend is back."
Well, the sheriff is back.
Yeah.
Yeah, on to the mayor.
All right. You guys make your way into the town hall, and as you let me just check this is all good. Yes, it looks like it. As you guys make your way into the town hall, you see there's a bustle of activity. The mayor is actually not the doors are open. The town hall is a very kind of open policy, but rather than you kind of just pass by the clerk that you saw the last time, because there seems to be like a line of people going into the assembly area, and even more of them are kind of going towards the mayor's office. You can see her doors open, and she is having a heated debate with someone. Not angry per se, more frustrated than anything else.
Step up to the door frame and
the one of the guys next to you, chubbier man, heavy set, wearing much finer clothes than you've seen around the marketplace and stuff of Sandpoint. He turns to you and says, "Well, you should wait your turn. We all have business here."
you have business here. Is it new business or is it old business?
He says, "What does that matter?"
What does it matter? Well, if you are trying to pull a I got here first kind of thing, I was on a mission from the...
As you're speaking, you feel a very sort of gentle hand on your shoulders, and then a voice from behind you says, I think that'll be fine. Darvin, I'll see you in just a minute. If you don't mind, I have some very important town security to deal with." And then she'll kind of like give you a kind of a nod with her head as she sort of ushers you into the office. She says, "Let's not start a fight with our visiting merchants."
I will follow her.
All right. She'll lead the rest of you guys in, like the collection of you, into the office, and kind of very gently close the door behind her. She says, "It's been a few days. I expected to see you back. Well, at least one more, I'd assumed. How have you fared? Do you have anything to report? Because as you can see, word of an impending estate sale has traveled quicker than I anticipated."
Drop the manifest. Well, I'll hand it to her.
She kind of places her hand down, and she says, "This is everything?"
Everything that we found. There are a few things that still need to be dealt with. Demons in the basement. But I'm sure that that fat jackass out there should have no problems.
Well, my primary concern is that we can safely remove everything on this list from the house. Will that be an issue?
Oh, I'm sure there are plenty of people who would love to take whatever is in that house. Some people would like to take more than some of the few of the things that are in there. point being, it's not impossible to remove. It just may require some fighting, unless you like babies that are made up of flies and baby parts and things like that. That one could take a little more work, I think.
She says, I will speak to the sheriff and see if he can supply a detachment of men to begin the removal of the contents. As she scans the list, she says, but it does seem to be like, according to this, it will be some sort of auction at least. I forgot to mention. I did receive word back from Balthus Hunclay's sister, I believe it was, and she has no interest in visiting to collect his belongings. So they will be auctioned off, with part of the proceeds going to the town and the rest going to her estate.
Oh, so she has no interest in visiting to lay claim.
The cost. She wrote a letter. The cost of transporting it all to Magnamar, and I don't believe they were very close. But
Someone who seems to parlay with kobolds, probably.
But we can certainly use the business, and as you can see, the merchants coming from far and wide to prepare for the auction. That's as buzz spreads. They're spending a fair bit of coin in town, so I won't say no. It should be an event of particular significance, but we still have a few days. The sheriff has returned, as I'm sure you're aware, and he had something he'd like to talk to you about if you have the free time to visit him.
Before that, I know that most of these guards are from Magnamar, and perhaps this is a question best presented to the sheriff. How many of them do we know are trustworthy? Not that I think that they would cause harm to the town, but what I'm thinking is that we may need to put with all of these guards, or all of these new visiting merchants, we may want to put guards on the mansion just to prevent people from sneaking in and taking a sample of what they might like to lay claim to later on.
Well, with this manifest, all of the belongings of the mansion become property of the town, so I will certainly send someone to keep it from being looted.
All right. Well, unless any of the rest of you have anything.
Nope.
I'll look. I'll get real close to the mayor, like really, really, really close.
Okay.
And I'll kind of whisper.
Mm-hmm.
I'll whisper to her, be like, "Leave the fly baby where it is, and I think everyone will be fine. Your hair smells really nice too, but you guys shouldn't touch the fly baby."
You smell like jazz.
Where is...
Do you do something with your hair? Do you put something in it? It smells like flowers. It smells like the flowers we passed on the way here, but none of the dung, none of the plant matter, just the really nice flowers.
So that's the mayor.
Yes, I was just putting that on screen because I know we got some people hanging out with us, and they may want to see the NPC that we're talking to.
Or he may want to see the NPC.
She kind of nods, very, very, uh-huh.
All right. Well, if there's nothing else, I will leave you to your.
Yes, I have merchants and nobles to deal with. It's not going to be a pleasant day, but it's my responsibility. The sheriff is in the garrison, as usual. I would suggest you go see him. He seemed to be coming in with news that I think he wished to share.
So long as. All right. I'm very sorely tempted as open the door and walk out. All right, fat fuck, you're next. But I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to.
All right. So as you guys leave the mayor's office, did you want to go across to the garrison? Did you want to go somewhere else?
I'm gonna turn around. I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna walk back in. Be like, there's the matter of our payment. We were supposed to be paid. I heard we were gonna receive payment for this.
She says, yes, of course. We'll discuss that once I've sorted all this out. You understand? There's a lot of people I have to deal with.
In the meantime, we get full running board at the tavern, the local tavern. Anything we want.
We get that anyway.
Yeah, I know, but maybe we can get a better room.
She says, I'll send word along.
See, told you. If you don't ask, you don't receive. So.
All right. So once again, somewhere else or garrison, or what do you guys have in mind?
I'm gonna go to garrison and visit my new friend, Ed.
Okay. So you guys make your way across the street. Xantor kind of bounds down into the prison cells below to visit his kobold, while the rest of you see Sheriff Hemlock, who I will put on screen right now, is he's addressing a couple of the Magnamar guards and a couple of the town militia, who it seems like you see the town militia, like there are 4 of them in the garrison in sort of this kind of entrance area, and you recognize the men. They're you've seen them around town before, but this is the most dressed up you've ever seen them. It looks like they may be trying their best to show off with the kind of big fancy city soldiers in town. They're actually wearing armor, with their colors on. It's strange. But Sheriff Hemlock is talking to them, and he's just kind of running down a kind of a parchment list, just asking for, barking questions, and they're giving him answers. And he kind of looks over the shoulder of one of them directly at you. He says, "That'll be all. Come back with further reports on the hour." And then he kind of steps towards you, kind of crossing his arms. He says, "Well, I heard you've been having some interesting days."
Yeah, we found a baby. And we left it there. You may want to go with your men to go get the baby. Don't let anyone else touch it but yourself.
We only just finished cleaning up the...
I know, but it's a baby.
He nods. He says, "I get it. I'm saying... whatever. Are you all in one piece? Are you all intact? The town has been, well, aside from a murder, or a few murders, relatively out of harm's way, it seems, since I left."
We had nothing to do with the murders. We were...
Yes, I know. Remember, you have the prisoner in my jail cell.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, we didn't do the murders.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
Right, but we're not suspects, though, right? I'm gonna look at Balin and be like, he's not accusing us of being suspects, is he?
No, he's not accusing us.
Right, because we didn't murder anybody.
That's what we did, but they deserved it.
Don't, but we didn't murder anybody in town.
No, not in town.
Right.
Well, there were a couple.
Right, yeah. And I'll look back at the sheriff and be like, yeah. So the mayor said that you would handle our payment, and we're not suspects for any murders, though, right?
Well, not until now.
Right. So the mayor said that you had some news you wish to share with us.
Yes. obviously, the first thing I wanted to do was thank you for volunteering to help keep the town safe in our absence. We've bolstered our forces. We've secured all of our entrances and exits, and patrols are stronger than they've ever been. People feel safe for the first time in a long time. Unfortunately, it took a bit of a rattling of the cage to get us here, but I figured once I returned, you and your friends would like to be relieved of this duty. Enjoy your time as treasured heroes of Sandpoint, and relax in the tavern for the rest of your days, as I'm sure we all would. But you also may be interested in earning some coin.
For a second, I thought I saw you shake your head no. I was like, what happened to you? I don't know. Why would you be shaking your head no? Coin does have its appeal. It depends on what one has to do to earn it.
He kind of leans against the wall, running a hand over his bald head. He says, "You may or may not know that a few years ago, we had an open bounty on goblins in the hinterlands around the town. We stopped all of that after their energy died down, and all this strange events have been leading me to reconsider. But we've been having travelers coming into town from up and down the Lost Coast Road, and very recently, one of the merchants that arrived reported that a caravan he was traveling with was attacked on the road by goblins. To the south, creatures out of the Brinestump marsh. Now, we've never had to deal with these before, as I'm sure Shalelu has told you. They keep to themselves, and they don't do much on land. Nor an attack wouldn't be much to raise an eyebrow at, except the merchant claimed that his caravan was attacked with fireworks."
Fireworks?
That's what he said.
He didn't go into any more detail than that. Not like whether it was like actual gunpowder and coloring things, or whether it was like some kind of a spell or something.
He said they had big wooden rockets and tubes launching sparks and fire. And, I mean, we've seen everyone, we have fireworks. We know, where they come from, but we don't know how or why these goblins have them. Either way, I don't expect that they'll be particularly deadly with them, but I figured if you were all interested in earning some coin, we could reopen a bounty on goblin ears. You delve into the marsh, find their camp, cut them down so we don't have to worry about them, and you keep the roads safe, and we'll pay you for each pair. If that's not to your liking, well then, I understand, but it's an offer.
Look to my compatriots, see what their thoughts are.
How much are we talking? How much are we talking?
Sorry, 1 second.
No, he said, how much are we talking?
We're not talking at all. We're supposed to be listening.
I had written this down in my notes, and
And now you can't find it again.
I cannot find it. He
That's
says.
because I turned it in with the manifest.
He says, "We'll pay 10 gold for every pair of ears. An additional 300 if you can bring back the crown of the leader of the Lick-Toed Goblins."
Oh, okay.
I presume Lycon is just kind of standing there swelling something, and Kismet is sort of staring blankly off into space. That's pretty.
What's Zach doing?
You tell us. I mean, we would just look at you to see what you're doing, but your camera isn't agreeing with you. So.
You know, sometimes in life you have to not have a camera.
Yeah, well, I also have to.
I thought I was gonna think of something and I didn't.
Yeah, well, I have to leave. So.
All right. So, what do you guys? So, what are you guys doing? Well,
I'll look at Balin and I'll be like, I guess we take the bounty. I mean, we don't have anything else to do except maybe find a way to help our friend return home.
he says, "I assume the mayor's already informed me that she intends to have you as among the town's honored guests for our big auction, but there will be some days before that. If you need to, you are welcome to relax in the tavern, but if you seek some more adventurous fare,
I think perhaps, given some of the things we've recently learned, that an adventurous fare would be good. There is a part of me that believes that this is all still connected.
Yeah, I'm down with whatever. Let's do it. Let's kill some shit.
And then I'll be like, yeah, we should definitely do that. And then I'll go up to the sheriff and seeing how he rubbed his head, I'll go do the same, rubbing his head. And I'll say, make sure you handle the fly baby before you let any of your soldiers. You should probably go in and talk to it personally.
he kind of pushes your hand away and says, "We'll have the house secured."
Good. And then I'll rub his head one more time for good luck.
He just kind of he's actually gonna like grab your hand before you do. He says, I will hurt you if you do that again."
I'll kind of turn my head to the side and just be like, I don't know why you would do that. I'm just trying to help.
I was really hoping you two would get together.
All right. So you guys, so you kind of, make your agreements with him, about the details of the goblin bounty, and unless you have any, do you have any other business with the sheriff? No?
Nothing that doesn't involve reminding him not to kill the kobold.
You went down to check on it. The kobold is still there, still alive. It looks like they didn't really know what to feed it, so they've been throwing it, like, scraps of meat and stuff, like, just to keep it from making noise.
What's his name?
I was actually thinking about that.
Frank.
No. There's a section in here that talks about kobold names.
The kobold that you took from the cave was named Cesarac.
Well, then there's Cesarac.
Steve.
So we'll just call him like Cecil for short.
No, not Cecil.
Alright.
So I have to go.
Yeah.
Bye.
Alright, so yeah, I still don't, so we are losing a Trendane. Unfortunately, he's gotta go die. It happens.
Yeah.
We will.
I thought we were getting Lycon. What was that?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
That's what I thought. I don't know where he is.
But because if we don't, I think we may actually call the session a little early because I don't want there's not much we're gonna get done with 2 people. So
This is true.
We could burn the whole city.
You've got quite a few. They're just not alive. I mean, they're alive.
yeah, well, that doesn't help
you
me.
would have to run them all.
That doesn't help me. I need people here. All right. So why don't we do this? Why don't we get should we do you want to do your reading now?
What?
Adam?
Oh, my reading of the card? Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, Trendane, you go home, and then I guess we'll just call this a half session because we're gonna be running out of people very soon. But to wrap things up, we will have Adam make his way. Hold on, I forgot that was gonna fuck up cameras. Oh, it didn't. It's not that bad. Okay, so Adam, you make your way to Madame Koya, and as you enter her small house, her house is sort of set up like a normal kind of Varisian's house. It's painted bright, vivid colors. There are kind of little pennant flags and sashes hanging in the windows. And as you open the door, you pass through sort of a beaded curtain into a dark, incense-filled interior. And as the bells kind of jingle on the door, you see emerging from the back is the sort of older face of Madame Koya. She is not Sheriff Hemlock. She is someone else. And she's just carrying a plate of tea, and she says, "Oh, hello, dear. How are you?" I forgot my Versian for a second. How are you?
I'm pretty good, Madam Koya. Last time we spoke, I don't know if you remember me, but you read my tarots, and I asked if I could keep one. But earlier today, while we were out adventuring and helping save the city, something odd changed, and the card, which was a forged card, is now this, and I don't really know what to do. Can you help me? And I hand her the hag card.
You put the card down on the table. She says, "First, as always," and she kind of pushes. Gestures as she's sitting down to a. You remember there was a small like a small kind of copper bowl on her table, and the Varisian custom is you never perform a harrow reading for free.
I'll take a large amount of the coins that we got from those 6 boxes, and I'll put like a handful of them on there.
All right, so you dump in a handful of mostly copper coins, a couple silvers and golds mixed in, and into this thing, and she kind of smiles and says, "Sit, breathe deeply," as she kind of goes with the candle, takes a candle in her hand and begins to light each of them one by one. Sorry, 1 second. All right, and as she kind of lights the candles, the room almost kind of like the warmth almost seems to drain out of the room as it dims on. The flames kind of seeming to shrink away, but the incense smell that they exude seeming to grow stronger. The card, the hag card, which I will place. I'm gonna kind of copy this and put this in front of you. The hag card here is just sort of out in the center of the table, and she says, "Sometimes our fortune is not always so clear, but the cards always want to show us what we are meant to see. I think you know this, that somehow there is something you must learn, something you must do. And as she kind of runs her hand over the card, she says, "The hag. She is silent, but her eye lets her see into the hearts of men, what they truly desire, and what will truly bring them ruin. When you see her face, blood pacts and poisonous secrets follow close behind, the kind that turn brother against brother, or perhaps son against father." She kind of like inhales and takes a deep breath. She says, "You had a home, a place where you lived, people whom you loved and knew, but you left them behind. Are you sure that those you left behind will still be there when you return? Will there still be the same people you remember? Or have their hearts become corrupted and poisoned?"
What do you mean by that?
She kind of reaches and takes out, reaches out and takes your hand in both of her kind of small, old, very wrinkled palms, and she says, "There is someone that you left behind, and there is something you must settle between yourselves, for they have been given what they thought their heart desired. But instead of fulfillment, they found only corruption. You will I believe you will return to your people, and perhaps save them from something that they need to be saved from. Though, I believe that something may be too familiar to you." And then she kind of leans back in her chair, and and the room seems to sort of very slowly get a little bit brighter. She says, "And that is all the cards have to tell me."
Thank you. Can I keep this card again?
She smiles and nods. She says, "Of course, child." All right.
All right. I'm going to pick up the card and put it back in my satchel and walk out.
All right. As you step out into the hold on one second. As you step out into the town square, you kind of are hit by the bright light of the sun in your face, the sudden sort of sound of people going by, almost as if emerging from a trance you didn't even realize you were in, as her words just kind of resonate around in your head. And I think as we kind of see Xantor sort of standing there in the middle of this strange this culture that is not really his, pondering the words of the mystic Koya, as the town is buzzing around you guys. Drinks are flowing in the tavern, and there is a fresh bounty to undertake out in the swamps. I think that's probably where we're gonna end it tonight. So a little bit of a shorter session. What's up?
Said fun.
Oh, yeah. A little bit of a shorter session tonight, but we had some problems with people. I didn't, people kind of having other things, which it happens. Sorry for everyone who is expecting a full 3 hours. But we will, of course, be back next week with more But before we get out of here, I just want to restate thank you to the people who joined us, to our new followers. Thank you for helping push us along our 1K goal. We are, I think, just over 40 followers away from that. So it has been coming up fast. And remember, you can spread the word, because on the week of December 12th, so that Sunday, which I'm going to have to check right now, is so Sunday, December 18th, we are going to be hanging out on a special episode here, because we're going to be on the front page of Twitch, and it's going to be awesome. And you guys definitely want to be here. We're going to have a guest in the house. We're going to have some awesome stuff planned for you guys. I am totally looking forward to it. But yeah, that's it. So real quick, let's just throw some hooks and plugs. Adam, you want to tell everyone a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, sure. I'm Adam. I'm one half of a gaming streaming variety show called Totally Tweet, where we game and drink and talk about, comic books, and usually we try to share whatever we're drinking and educate the viewers. But Chris moved, and I had some problems with XSplit, and then the holidays have kind of thrown that off, so we actually haven't streamed in 2.5 weeks. It's terrible. I'm hoping to get back on like a regular schedule again in a little while here, and yeah, that's about it. I'm writing something too. Ash would argue otherwise, but we'll leave that for another time.
All right. And of course, Trendane and Ashley, you can find their links in chat, their shout-outs. Adam's info is right in there, and also we have a Josh with us.
I am a Josh. That's me. That's yeah. My name's Josh. I online typically go by the name Starscream. I have a YouTube channel. I mostly upload for a game called Dungeon Boss, which is mostly what I play heavily. I also make music. I'll post those links in chat as well. I've been releasing a lot of music lately. That's kind of been my focus more so than anything, more so than even streaming games and stuff lately. But I will get back to that soon. And that's pretty much all I got.
Awesome. So everyone's link is in chat, their Twitter, their Twitch. Go follow them. Go check them out. As always, thank you guys for hanging out with us. Big thank you to my players for chilling with me and having a good time. Thank you to Sirenscape for providing the sounds for us today. And as always, we're going to get out of here because, that's what we do. But don't let Dice Thulu get his tentacles on you, because you might... You might
spawn a mind player that grows and burrows in your eye.
Yeah, that could happen. Sure, why not?
That's alien.
Oh, whatever those mind player tentacle things was that Balin was showing us earlier.
Yeah, that was Mind Flayer from before, from the Vol's Guide. So don't get eaten by a Mind Flayer, and don't go in the Underdark, or you may get babies in your head. We'll see you guys next week. Take care, everyone. Bye, guys.